submission is Jeff Clark, if you'd like to come forward.
Thank you. Kia ora koutou, Jeff Clark, long-time ratepayer, first-time council submitter, so apologies if I go slightly off the rails, but I'm sure you're probably used to that already. I am a local performer. I have been involved with the Court Jesters, who perform Scared Scriptless at the Court Theatre since 1996. I have taken part in 4 of the World Buskers festivals, 3 of them whilst it was the World Buskers Festival, 1 of them when it became Bread and Circus. I have worked for the Court Theatre as their education, audience development, marketing and communications coordinator from 2006 through to 2012. I worked as communications coordinator for the Christchurch Arts Festival in 2015, and I also did about a year and a half as marketing manager for the Court Theatre again in around about 2018. I was involved in the shed rebuild where we moved immediately following the Christchurch earthquakes, we built the new theatre out in Addington, which had a lovely car park outside of it, which everyone seems to love now, but we've moved on. And I am also a frequent attendee and performer, not just at the Court Theatre, but at Little Andromeda, the piano, any space that's doing an interesting or cool piece of theatre or creative art. Not as much as I'd like, but I think that's pretty much what any resident of Christchurch would say. My thoughts on the opportunity that has been presented by the decision not to build a car park in between the Isaac Theatre Royal and the Court Theatre, which in my personal opinion was a very good decision, is that it becomes a really great opportunity not just for the 2 venues that are already going to exist there, but for any other performing arts group, event, festival, or activity that plans to activate that precinct. My main point, which I think I've made in my submission, which I've been told you've already read, is that the Court Theatre and the Isaac Theatre Royal and the piano to an extent are predominantly active during the evenings. They have evening performances, and so at night there's not going to be any problem. People will come along, they'll see their shows, and then they'll sort of scuttle off. But what about during the day? During the school holidays, it may be that the Court Theatre and the Isaac Theatre Royal are hosting family-friendly shows and events. But in terms of the opportunity that an amphitheatre space, combined with food trucks, public toilets, and other art spaces offers, is a fantastic opportunity to activate the space during the day as well. As a frequent person who goes to Tūronga, I loved it when I went there with my kids and they would immediately flock to the little window overlooking the dancer mat, because seeing an event going on in that space is attractive. It makes people go, oh, there's something going on there and I want to see it, or I want to be a part of it. And so I think that by involving the wider performing arts community in activating that space, in establishing a temporary or permanent amphitheatre space, by creating revenue with food trucks, which I'll be, as a long-term Scared Scriptless performer, I know that places like Le Caf and the Boulevard Cafe frequently enjoyed post-midnight snack patronage from people that had looked for something to eat and do after Scared Scriptless or a Court Theatre show. I think it creates a fantastic opportunity, and I know that there are other people that have spent much more time preparing lovely slideshows and graphics and concepts, but I thought I'd just kick off by saying, as someone who's got a long professional and personal investment in the arts, I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and I'd love to see the council support that.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Are there any questions?
Yes.
Tim?
Yeah, just 2. Did you ever go to the Pallet Pavilion?
Yes, I did.
And
yes.
What did you think of that? Is it?
I liked it. I didn't go very much, but then I think I was busy dealing with the whole new theatre being open and things like that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a cool space. I thought it was nicely made. I thought it had that whole, we're going to do what we can where we can sort of thing.
Yep.
I thought it was great.
I haven't been given any ideas with costs, etc., to put in the temporary.
Yep.
But if that money was split and applied for groups to use existing theatres, because theatres at the moment are just like any performance group, everyone's bleeding at the moment. So what would you think about giving that to groups to get a discount in venues, whatever those venues are, existing venues,
My immediate response is I think it would probably just go the same way as the student subsidy went with rent. Landlords tended to just put their prices up to absorb that extra income. I think that in terms of promoting activities, which is something I forgot to say earlier, I think that having an amphitheatre which is visible is a great way to promote the arts. And so having a space that showcases the arts in an open, hugely publicly accessible way is a much better way of generating interest. Like having extracts or mini performances or even mini concerts is a great way of using that space to promote what is going on in any of the other venues around town.
Okay.
That would be my thought there.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks very much, Tim, and thank you very much. And
Cheers.
It does help to hear from somebody who's got skin in the game in terms of the performance. So thank you very much for coming.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well done on your first performance.
Oh, thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.